Good evening. Leading us off tonight, St. Luke's says the crisis in our hospital systems is not getting better. It's been a week since the state enacted the statewide crisis standards of care, and right now, hospitalizations and ICU capacity at St. Luke's all-time highs. One way that St. Luke's is looking to keep patients out of the hospital is through something called monoclonal antibody treatment. During a media availability today with the hospital, Andrew Bartline spoke with the hospital to offer some clarity. And Andrew, what's the process for someone who wants this treatment, is diagnosed with COVID, and what it's designed to do?
Yeah, Mark, St. Luke says monoclonal antibodies are for people at high risk of hospitalization, but it only works if that person receives these monoclonal antibodies soon after getting infected. And like everything these days, supply is limited. In an effort to keep people out of the hospital, St. Luke's is offering monoclonal antibodies to those who are high risk.
Of all times, now is not the time to get COVID.
St. Luke's says the treatment isn't a replacement for the vaccine, and Dr. Laura McGeorge at St. Luke's says getting the treatment only works once you get COVID and receive the antibody treatment soon after infection. But not everyone is eligible.
We know that people at the absolute highest risk are people who are obese or diabetic, third trimester of pregnancy, if they're severely immunocompromised.
McGeorge adds someone who is mildly overweight or has high blood pressure can qualify for monoclonal antibody treatment if they're infected.
So those people especially, we want to make sure they get the monoclonal antibodies.
But there's a limited amount available, and St. Luke says they're depending on the federal government to supply the antibody. And it's possible a hospital could run out.
We already have put in a system where we are prioritizing making decisions on patients based on who is likely to get the most benefit from the monoclonal antibodies, and we are scheduling those patients first.
McGeorge says for every 20 people who receive the treatment, St. Luke's is able to avoid one hospitalization. And amid record high COVID hospitalizations and ICU capacity, every avoided hospitalization counts for an industry that's reaching its limit.
Really supporting our healthcare workers. They're going through a lot right now, and anything that we can do to show our support for their physical and emotional exhaustion would be really, really appreciated by all of them, I'm sure.
Now, Dr. McGeorge used a car accident analogy to describe this treatment. Of course, it's better not to get in a car accident at all, but in case that you do get in a car accident, in this case that would be COVID, it would be best that you have an airbag that could keep you safe and potentially out of the hospital. Mark?
The success rate on that is not good, but the hospitals are just looking for anything that can get the numbers down, even if it's just 1 in 20. All right, Andrew, thank you.